and welcome to the next episode of It's Not Just Hot Air with the Pilot Group. And I have Josh with me, Head of Marketing. And actually we decided to turn the tables a tiny bit and say, right, rather than talking about the Pilot Group as a whole, let's get to know you a little bit better. So I've got a few questions here for you. Don't look so worried.
I know. I'm squirming in my seat at the moment.
Right. Yeah, it's a bit difficult when it's personal, isn't it, rather than just about the work.
I feel like it's either this is my life or just I'm getting interviewed on it.
Yeah, I should have had a big red book actually, shouldn't I? Yeah, we've only got a small couch, so there won't be many people coming out. Let's start with an easy one. Why don't you tell us about your background and your journey to the Pilot Group?
Sure. I think one of the things that always makes me laugh, people go, where are you from? I don't really know. I've moved about so much in my life. So I'm son of two Geordie parents, so no choice in football team. So it had to be Newcastle. And then I've moved about for my whole life. So up and down the country, abroad, America for a bit, UK. And then
interesting.
I think probably being stemmed from, even though that was dad was military, moved about so much. He settled in business, and then that was always around the house. So business was kind of always an interest to me, and then marketing in particular. I think some of my teachers at school always said, you're going to lose your personality and become an accountant, because I like numbers so much.
Oh, I see.
But I also just loved the creative side of things.
That's nice.
So marketing's always been it. That was it at uni. Went to uni in Worcester, did marketing for 3 years, loved it, loved the people I met at uni. And then that's the career that's led me kind of up and down the country again. Mm-hmm. Started in sport. I'm a big sport fan. There's not many I won't watch. Started in Oxfordshire working in cricket. Mm-hmm. That was an interesting project. They're a really forward-thinking county in terms of self-generating revenue, as opposed to relying on what is passed down from kind of governing bodies of sports.
Right.
Then I moved to go work for myself. I made the fantastic but also terrible decision to work for myself. So I ran a business for 2 years called Total Guide to Manchester up here, focusing on marketing for the hospitality industry. So
nice.
Anyone who knows me knows I love my food and drink. I'll be able to tell you where to go eat, where to go drink.
Excellent.
It's a big passion of mine, and it was helping brands kind of get eyes on the page, writing content, copywriting, website building, building ads, building content. It was all about those quiet periods in hospitality. How do we help get more bums on seats? How do we maximize revenue? And then after that, I left that business probably in good timing, as something called COVID happened. We'll gloss over that one.
Very prescient of you, yes.
Gloss over that one. And I joined the Pilot Group, and it was just an exciting opportunity to be in a very different industry again.
Yeah.
I think part of my family's business is often in home care and senior care. So every time I've changed, it's been a very, very different industry.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoy the challenge every time. And this was just a completely new space. I didn't know what an energy management system was. I didn't know what LED lighting was at the time. I didn't know what all of these solutions were.
Yeah.
And the Pilot Group just became this place to culminate new knowledge and try a new project. And they've been fantastic to me. I started as a junior, and now here I am kind of as head of marketing for it. So
I love it. I love that. And do you know what? It gives you... I've lived and worked abroad, and I think it gives you such a good perspective on life to live abroad and experience different cultures and different businesses and different verticals, because marketing is a lot about psychology and understanding people. So to have all that experience gives you such a great insight into people.
Yeah, I've loved it. I'm very fortunate. I've had good parents who have put me on the right track for most things, and give you the kick when you need a kick. But then I've been fortunate that all the businesses I've been at have given me the opportunity to just run with things and learn. And I really class myself as a jack of all trades, master of none. But I can't say strongly enough how great it is to have the opportunity to have test the waters with everything, and then see where you want to focus. And marketing has been this kind of now passion of mine of how do we take it to the next stages.
Yeah, I love that. And also the fact that you're so into numbers, because I think you said in an earlier episode about a quote that you think was your dad, not 100% sure, was marketing without numbers is just art. And I love that. I'd not heard that before. And it's so true, because it's really important for marketeers to be commercial.
Yeah, definitely. I think the closer you can get to the numbers in marketing, great.
Definitely.
Find leaders that will put you, close to the numbers, so you have an understanding. It's not just free money you get to spend; it has to deliver a return.
Yeah.
There's not attribution for everything. There's going to be things that you can't fully track, but being close to them, at least you know the value of it. And I think that also comes from having a family that ran business and then being able to run my own.
Yeah.
You spend the money like it's your own, and you start to sweat when the numbers get bigger.
Yeah.
You start to sweat because you just want it to work for people. You want, especially when you have a great team like we do at Pilot Group, you want to bring success for them. You want to make their lives easier.
Definitely, definitely. See, and you were worried about this being really short. We've only done one question so far.
I can talk,
So, what are the... Okay, let's stick to 3. So what are the 3 most interesting things that you've learned since being at the Pilot Group? As you said, you didn't know much about the industry when you joined. So
it's so broad. It's the people have been great. I think it might not necessarily be the one thing I've learned, but there's no kind of culture where you can't ask the questions of what things mean or what does something do. I didn't know the types of heaters, for example, and the ones that we interact with being warm air blowers, radiant tubes, black heaters, and the different types of oil that can power these things. I would struggle to even just name 3 different things. There's so much that I've learned in the space, but also how different businesses operate. And it's not a simple... coming to the B2B world, there's not often like a one solution fits every box. And the fact that we have to tailor everything, I think the biggest learnings for me is how you market to people in a different industry again. As I said, I've moved through different roles of different industries that are so different to each other.
Yeah, and how they buy and...
People digest information so differently. And how we have to kind of educate before people are ready to buy. And I think another thing is you always got to be there when someone's prepared to buy, not when you're prepared to sell.
Yeah.
And that period can be far longer in a B2B world, and especially in our space where, the focus is on getting the business running day to day. If you're talking to an ops manager or someone on the floor, they just want to make sure production doesn't go down, and the fact that things are still ticking over. They don't want the stress of the other side of it, but it's up to us to educate how we can then actually support the bottom line, support the business.
Definitely.
So I've not given you 3 at all, but I'm giving you a generic learning.
It was loose guidance, So, okay, so what are some of your favourite customer stories? Because I'm sure you've seen a lot over the last, is it 2 years, did you say?
No, I've been here 4.5 years now.
4.5 years, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yes, because it was just after COVID, wasn't it?
And it's changed a lot in that time, the business. Well, I do like it. We're so fast-paced, fast-moving. We've got owners that support investment in areas. Hey, you have an idea, build a good business case, go move with it. And that's the great thing I love about it. So agile. For customers... We've mentioned Phil a lot from Music Magpie. I just love the way he comes across and the passion.
So passionate.
You can deliver a saving for someone. I've also never known someone so appreciative of supporting in that journey.
Yeah.
And just exciting to get in a room with, and they can talk. And it's not like someone, you could be there for half an hour, and it's not like someone's been talking for half an hour.
Exactly.
Time passes and you're just absorbing everything the man's saying. We've got some other kind of case studies. DPD, just Phoebe's project for a large number of years now. Just the savings are astronomical.
I know, that eye-watering numbers there. It's just incredible, isn't it?
That was just a project that was great. And then I guess you just have names that you hear come off the sheet of customers, and you go, so we work with them? So like your New Balances and businesses that
National Express and
yeah, and there's loads. And then I guess I love the side of uncovering businesses that I've never heard of, and turns out they deliver everyday products to us that we've probably been using for most of our lives and never realised.
Yeah, never heard of the organisation, and they're huge, some of them, aren't they?
Exactly.
I mean, good, excellent. Yeah, and I think there'll be many more to come. So question to finish on then. So what's next over the next 12 months for the marketing team?
We've got to be part of a driving force for the business to scale in the way that we want it to scale. We've got ambitious plans. We've scaled quickly this year, and we plan to scale even quicker next year. So for me, it's all about making business development and sales team's job easier. So we're looking at projects from web-based. We're looking at enhancing our digital offering. We said sometimes we are selling we've done really well in direct kind of lead generation with people. So how can we take the next step for the business? So we're looking at what partners we want to bring on board. We're looking at growing the marketing team. It's exciting times for it. I'm excited for more things like this. These are the creative ideas that are the fun part. I'm sure everyone will tell you, delivering the campaigns, the fun bits in the kind of the end kind of content itself, and then the results, and actually to sit back and see them. We've been working really hard over the last 12 months, so I can't wait for even more of those to come to fruition.
Absolutely.
So I guess the exciting times come with we've got so much scope. There's so many avenues that we haven't touched yet. As we talked about probably many times, we're on this multi-channel approach, and we can improve on every channel again.
Absolutely, and we've learned so much, haven't we, this year, and that we're going to put into practice for the coming 12 months. So
exactly,
excited to be part of this with you. Thanks, Josh. Well, it's been good to get to know you a bit more.
Thank you for another episode.
No problem, and we look forward to the next episode coming soon.